With the new iPad Pro or iPad Air, you can connect things like audio interfaces, USB microphones, and USB hubs, then use the Riverside app to record high-quality video and audio content, either solo or with remote guests, and you're doing it all just from an iPad. I'm going to show you multiple setups, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because in a future video, I'm going to show you how to do hybrid recording so you and in-person guests can record with remote guests with just an iPad. So to get started, you can literally do just an iPad and a USB microphone. I'm going to recommend the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X. This is a $50 USB microphone, and it actually sounds incredibly good. It has a USB-C connection here, so you can connect it to the iPad with a single cable. And to record that high-quality video and audio content, I'm going to open the Riverside app here on my iPad. I've logged into one of my studios, and I'll click the purple record button down here. Now, if you do plan to record video using the built-in camera, I would suggest getting a stand where you can hold the iPad that way, or get something like the Magic Keyboard or other third-party version, and then just prop it up with some boxes or books. You want the camera to be at eye level for the best quality video. Here on the lobby screen, you can also choose to blur the background or add virtual backgrounds right here, all built into Riverside. Click one of the virtual backgrounds and then the blur effect, and you can blur both the background or the background of your live camera, all right here. Then I'll click join, and now I'll connect my USB microphone. Once connected, you'll see this dialog pop up. You actually want to tap no, because you're going to use the microphone as both a mic and your headphones. Next, you're going to get a pair of wired headphones. They can be inexpensive, just ones you have around the house. And I'm going to plug that into the USB mic. This way I can hear my own voice and my remote guests. Then I can invite those remote guests to join me in the studio by clicking invite and then invite guest. And then I can share this link or tap the more three dots and send it via email, text, Slack, and they can join me from a mobile device like iPhone, Android, or another iPad, or from their computer. Then when I'm ready, I can tap record up here. But now I'm going to show you a more complicated setup using an audio interface. I'll end this recording here. I'm going to unplug the USB-C mic, and now I'm going to use an audio interface. This is the Focusrite Vocaster Two. I can plug in two XLR microphones here, and it has a USB-C connection, which I'm going to connect to the iPad. I'll plug in the two microphones here to the XLR connections, and now I'm going to connect these two Shure microphones. This is the Shure MV7, which has just an XLR connection, and I also have the Shure MV7 Plus. I did an entire review on this microphone because not only does it have an XLR connection, but it also has a USB-C connection. So if you want an intermediate or more advanced microphone, upgrading your sound quality, this is an incredible mic to get, and you can use just this with the iPad. If you want to see that, I'll put a video up here and down below where you can just use this USB mic and the Riverside app on iPad. But this time we're going to connect both of these microphones via XLR to the audio interface. And now we're going to connect the audio interface to the iPad. Using that same USB-C cable I had before, I'm going to jump into the Riverside Studio, plug in the audio interface, and you'll see that same pop-up. Once the audio interface starts up, you see it's now lighting up, and I'm just connecting this to the iPad, nothing else. I'll tap Join Studio, and here's that pop-up once again, and we'll tap No again, and we're almost ready to record. Invite your remote guests, and don't forget to plug in a pair of wired headphones on your audio interface. Here on the Vocaster 2, the headphone jacks are here on the front, and both you and another in-person guest can have headphones to hear both your own voices and your remote guests. When you're all ready to record, just hit the record button here. And here's a clip of me recording with the built-in iPad camera and this audio interface and these two Shure microphones. So now I'm testing an audio interface connected to the iPad Pro using the Riverside app, and I actually have two microphones connected. So when I switch microphones, you should hear just as good quality when I do this. And that means you can use an audio interface with multiple XLR microphones connected to an iPad using the Riverside app and record multiple in-person guests as well as remote guests for hybrid recording. And next, let's do one more advanced setup, and we're going to use a USB-C hub. This way we can keep our iPad charged and still use an audio interface and two microphones. I'll exit this Riverside recording, unplug the audio interface, and now I'm actually going to put this USB hub in between the iPad and audio interface. This USB hub is an Anker 8-in-1. I'll put a link to it down in the video description. But this will allow me to connect the audio interface here, and I can plug in a USB-C cable that's connected to a power outlet. This way I can charge my iPad at the same time. This hub also has an Ethernet connection, so if you wanted the highest quality live call using Riverside, you can even plug in Ethernet and your iPad will use that. This hub also has an HDMI out, so if you wanted to preview what was being shown on the iPad on a big external monitor for your in-person guests, you can do that as well. But I'm going to jump back into a Riverside Studio to record, hit join, and now when I plug in this USB hub, you'll see the iPad is actually going to start charging there, and we'll see the same pop-up asking about the headphones, which means it's detected the audio interface. I'll tap no, I'll prop my iPad up so the camera sees me, and I'm ready to go. This is a great setup if you're going to be recording for a long time, you want to keep your iPad charged, but still use something like an audio interface and XLR microphones, all recording in high quality using the Riverside app. Now you can download the high quality video and audio files after you record using the Safari web browser on your iPad. You can download the WAV files and edit the audio version in something like Ferrite, or download these separate video tracks and do a side-by-side video using the free iMovie app on your iPad. But if you have access to a laptop or desktop computer, then you have the powerful Riverside editor, which gives you lots of AI tools to make your video and audio content even more engaging. Go to one of your past recordings, click the edit button in the top right, and now you have a full transcript of your recording. We'll automatically put you and your co-host side by side. If you'd like, you could rearrange that using the tracks option here on the right-hand side. We have different layout options like adding space between the videos, rounding the corners, and you can even add things like a custom background, or use one of the stock backgrounds we make available right here in the editor. You can add those animated captions if you'd like, and in order to edit the content, it's as easy as selecting words or sentences and just pressing delete. Like you're editing a Word document, you just edited your audio and video. You can use the search box to jump to a specific point in the recording. You can also see every time that word was spoken down here in the timeline. We also have magic tools like set pace, so you can remove the perfect amount of silence. This way it has a good pace throughout the entire recording. We also have great overlay tools like text overlays, which is great for titles, maybe URLs, or sponsors that you'd like to highlight during the episode. You can overlay images. You can actually search for royalty-free images right here in Riverside. Select one of those, it'll overlay on the video. You can resize, move it around, and you can also upload your own images if you'd like. Add those overlays, create really visually engaging content. You can preview that, see the animated captions with the highlighted active word, and when you're ready to export, just click the export button in the top right corner. You can export up to 4K video quality, which is great for YouTube, normalize audio to make everything the same volume, and export video. So that's how to use the iPad in both a basic USB mic setup, an audio interface, and even using a USB hub to keep your iPad charged and the audio interface as well. If you have any questions about these setups, leave comments below this video. I answer those personally. And don't forget to subscribe to the Riverside channel right here. I have that hybrid recording video with iPad coming very soon. You don't want to miss that. Hit that like button before you go as well. And if you'd like to learn more about Riverside, how you can use it to create webinars, host live conferences, and more, check out this playlist right here. It's our Learn to Use Riverside playlist where I walk you through the entire platform. And if you're looking to upgrade some of your gear like your camera or microphones, I'll put a video right here where I go through several options across budget levels. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create.